to go off the top rope, looks to take the one-on-one, but Envoy, he's got the headshot, he's got the snapper. It's Assault and Alex both get put in the dirt. Envoy makes the play at the home flag.
Yeah, and when it does get a little bit scary for them, it's Envoy who goes big. 11-5 starties. Can he find two more? He can. Just finessing around the tire shot. 5, 6, 7 in a row for Envoy.
We've seen him do it all year long, but a reminder what an unreal talent he is in this title. 14-5. Can we get right back over to him? Thank you. He's got 7 in a row. We got to see how far he can take this. As not only is he getting the kills, he's securing the sights. He's able to get B, and now can he do it on defense? Here comes the flood from Minnesota. 8th down, 9th down. The 10th is lining up. The challenge.
No matter what it was, Formal's going to answer back, and it's going to be a 4v4 as Cammy will fall. Scum trying to find one on the flank, and he didn't even have to open that door. It was open for him. Finds one, finds two. Scum, you disgust me.
That's nice. That's what you want to see. And that's going to be a 4 versus 2 now on point. Arstees goes down. And now makes it all down to Methods. Once again, Scumpy, can he get it done with a nade? He's going to push him back. Formal's already on the defuse, so either way, Methods has got to do something incredible to get that kill. He'd have to get the kill and run across map.
Yeah. I used to listen to that song like every single day. That was like the Halo 2 meme song. Put that mic closer to his mouth.
Are you ready? Is you ready?
Second
Visa.
left.
The fans know it's done.
Over.
The fans know it's done.
It's over. Chicago, they know it's done. Varsity showing some extra love to Krim. Krim 14-30, map 3. Not a great performance.
Yeah, I think we first pointed out he was like 2-10. He started. Alec, Varsity still torching bodies. As the final seconds tick away, that does it. Chicago, Huntsmen are your winners at the London Home Series Final.
I only swim in salt.
Welcome to the Huntsmen Pre-Show, where your host is Alan over there not saying shit except for that clip on. You know what's crazy? I'm not going to do that because Hitch does that, and I'm not going to steal his thunder.
Wait, who was doing the voice? Because it scared the shit out of me the first time I saw it.
Was it your mom?
We don't know.
Okay. Alan, welcome to the show. Thank you. You made a very special cameo on Twitter. You opened your mouth for the first time and you said some really nice things, and I appreciate you. I hope, you know what I want you to do next week, Alan? I want you to deliver some news. Whether they're good or bad, I want you to hop on. We're going to have a segment on you delivering the news, and we'll see that later. General, welcome back. You looking swagged out.
Yeah.
Unsponsored. You suck?
Unsponsored, yeah. You know, you chose it.
I'm going to be honest, okay, and it's not because I'm overweight, okay, but I had to borrow somebody else's because I didn't fit. I didn't fit in my XL.
That's a double?
That's a double. Dude, you know what's wild? I've been working out.
It is the arms, right? That makes it a little.
I'm lifting, bro.
Whoa, bro.
There you go.
The thing is this, is like, it don't matter. You know what I mean? I got the old man strength.
Straight up.
Big timer, welcome. And I'm your host with the most. Well, I'm your co-host with the most. Hector. Hex Rodriguez.
With the
That's
roast.
your name.
That's who I be. So I don't even know how to begin. I'm first and foremost, congratulations to the New York subliners. The Italian stallion showed up, hit that flank. If he
Zuma
wouldn't
flank.
have hit that flank, we would have won that in Ruins, and that would have driven the momentum for us to win the whole thing. So Zuma, congratulations. You did it all by yourself. See what I did there? What I did there is I got all of his teammates mad at him because he's the only one that got props.
Exactly.
Donnie Temp's birthday weekend and how sick he went off. That don't count.
You're thinking ahead.
Attach went completely off. Mac went completely off. Assault, goddamn.
Assault.
But guess what?
Accuracy.
Accuracy. But guess what? Guess what?
Yeah.
They ain't getting props. It's Italian stallion. See? Now they're thinking like, oh, why does he always get the shine and stuff?
Turn them against each other.
Yeah, they're
Destroy them from the inside out.
Yeah. That's
So that's an Ultron quote right there.
Anyway, so yes, thank you. But anyways, on the real thing, congratulations. The only other team that has won their homestand is FaZe.
Yeah, in Atlanta.
In Atlanta. But that's it's only two teams that have been able to do that. So congratulations to you guys. Well deserved. All of you, I was just joking just now, all of you deserve equal props. You guys are doing your thing. While Big Timer shoots his social media, and I appreciate it. Keep doing it, man. This is live.
Yeah, man.
Possibly.
This is the job.
Yeah, this is the job, man. Promotion. Yo, were you surprised by it?
Well, my other prediction, it was a hard tournament to call. I mean, nothing's ever guaranteed, right? But I knew this tournament was going to be hard. And, you know, when we talked about the meta, and it did favor us, but going into a new meta, you don't know what to expect. Even though if, like, on paper, it would benefit us, which it did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Formal and Alec are now in their comfort zone.
Yeah.
But you also have to think about it as, like, all your preparation of what you know about, like, other teams' strategy and how they play and how their pacing is going to work out and what maps they choose, it changes too. So, you know, that's definitely a thing that, you know, probably caught us off guard. Like, just as Seth said before, after the tournament, you know, felt uncomfortable because, you know, new meta, new pacing, new way how to play, to approach. The sub can't do it all anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, I mean.
Do you think that's why Scumpy struggled a little bit?
Oh, yeah. I mean, think about it. You go from playing a 4 sub game with a sub that's the bully on the map. It's 8 weapons out of the 10.
Yeah.
Because the 2 ARs, and you go to most likely now in this meta 3 ARs. So now you're basically like a meat shield as a sub player.
He's normally used to having teammates like follow him up and bait for him and work together. And now he's just kind of
from what he told me, he's more used to people running around more, where he gets more engagements, more targets, more opportunities.
Because he thrives in the chaos.
He
Whenever
really
it's
does.
like shit's going crazy.
You know, people talk about Atlanta being like cracked out. Seth's been cracked out.
He's been cracked out for like a decade.
Yeah,
man.
think about that. That's what I'm saying. Like I give Scump a lot of props because it's well deserved. You know, not a lot of people get to do what he's done for almost a decade, staying at the top of that, being the face of, you know, an entire esport. It's difficult, man, because you know, no matter what anyone says, once you make it, you become lazier. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it helps that he's the cheapest dude in the world, so money's not a thing for him, right? Like he's not going to spend more than X, and that's that. So monetary incentives don't work for him like they work for other people.
Right.
He's just hungry to win, which is why he's,
That's why he thrives.
That's why he thrives.
Right. What's the saying though? The wolf on the side of the mountains hungrier than the one on the top.
Yeah, the sheepskin wolf. Throw me to the wolves and shit.
Yeah, I'll come back in the pack or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, you said that was a hard tournament to predict, but I got to give you props though, because you kind of like predicted it perfectly.
Did you?
Yeah,
I did, because I was the one that said I had a feeling either we were going to get upset in like the first thing, or FaZe was going to get upset.
Yeah, you said either us or FaZe would be upset, and a dark horse would make it to the finals.
Because the reason why I said we were going to get upset, or FaZe was going to get upset in the last pre-shows, because I just had a feeling, new meta, and I don't know, for some reason in my head, I just thought we were going to play FaZe in the semifinals. Like the first time was going to happen, and New York ended up being that dark horse team.
What, Alan? Oh, yeah. So it was the first time that FaZe and Optic faced off, too. FaZe and Huntsmen. FaZe and Huntsmen faced off. Pardon me. It was the first time that FaZe and Huntsmen faced off, and it was what, in the semis?
Semis.
In the semifinals, and we broke viewership record.
Oh yeah.
We broke viewership record.
People have been waiting on that the whole year.
Yeah, so the finals didn't get as much viewership as that one particular one. Yes, people were waiting for the whole year, but I think it's like a combination of the history that we have had against FaZe for such a long time. But you don't get that sort of thing when, like, even when we play Empire, we don't have that same viewership. I think it was like the perfect storm culminating, and I almost wish that we never saw each other until champs. Finals. Especially if the outcome was going to be the fucking same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Were you expecting it to be a 3? I called it 3-1, if I remember correctly. I called it 3.
If we ever played them?
Yeah. Well, we said that we were going to play them this past weekend.
Yeah.
And I said that we were going to win 3-1. It wasn't. It was a 3-0 victory, and it was fast. There was at no point did I feel like it was a contention for it.
It's actually, in my opinion, when you know the veto system of a team's going to be playing, if they're both competent teams, right?
Yeah, which they were.
Yes, both competent teams. And the maps that were played was Hackney Hardpoint was the first Hardpoint, and we ended up winning the coin toss.
Yeah.
And so why that's such a big deal is that you get the side choice of a map that's like a really good side heavy map.
Yeah.
Hackney Yard is one of those maps. As you've seen, we had the good spawns for the first map. And what happened was we kept on holding. We ended up having a good break off. We held a really good second hill, which basically got us a full 60, and we held that lead the entire time.
Yeah.
So if you win the break on that side, you're pretty much, as long as you don't screw anything up, you're
literally
good for that whole side. Yeah.
A lot of these series comes down to side choices. That's just how the maps are created and how they're played out. So when it came down to that series, and I knew the maps, I had a feeling it was. I don't know if it was going to be that dominant, but I had a feeling we were going to take that first map, and momentum's a thing.
Yeah.
And I know when you're playing against these rivals like FaZe and you wanted to beat them, you take that first map, they're like on the other team.
Yeah.
You saw their facial reactions. They were disappointed that they lost the first map. They were. And for us, that probably gave us. I mean, it did give us the confidence to even do better in this search and destroy Preshow.
Yeah, and look, at no point is anybody, and I mean, at no point is anybody, not us, not anybody that does the news, not anybody that's an analyst in the space, think that they're not going to adjust and make the appropriate adjustments and tweaks to their gameplay to be able to be contenders, right? I mean, if you look at Simp and the way that he has acclimated to the AR, it's like insane, right? It's been really, really good. I personally am glad that it turned out that way, but I also wish that we would have played them a lot sooner. Simply because there's literally how many events were there total? Whatever amount.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
From the beginning, everybody was super high. With good reason, was super hyping them up, right?
Yeah.
They were super hyping them up to the point to where they were like, I don't know. They were saying it's like they're the monsters at the end of every bracket.
Another Titan team.
Yeah, the Titan team at the end of a new dynasty. Benson was screaming.
Yeah,
Rest in peace, Benson. I don't know where you're going, but good luck. And I don't know. I always wanted to play them. Every single time that I talked to these guys, they were like, "We want to play them. We want to play them." I was like, "We're not nobody fucking scared of nobody out here.
Nobody's scared of them.
Yeah, it's the fuck. Let's play.
Yeah.
Let's play. What? Let's
Put an end to the conspiracy theories too, because it was always, Huntsman doesn't play phase for the whole year. Like, look at this.
Yeah, and I don't know why. Like that conspiracy doesn't even make sense because it doesn't benefit anybody.
It really doesn't.
No.
Yeah. So again, and listen, I'm king conspiracy. In high school, I was all about conspiracies.
You know me.
I read William Cooper's "Behold the Pale Horse," which was amazing. He ended up getting killed later.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have to read into that.
Yeah, you read. It's called
What's
"Behold a Pale Horse."
Okay.
Okay, I read it. It talks about secret society. It talks about all that.
Oh, yeah.
From there, I obviously went down the rabbit hole and read more books than I
Follow
should
the rabbit.
have. Well, yeah, exactly. Well, the white rabbit, right? From
Yes.
Take the Blue Pill, the Red Pill. Anyway, when you look at a conspiracy, you see an outcome, or you see what a possible outcome can look, who could benefit from it, but nobody benefited from that. Was it shady? Was it weird? I even thought, I'm like, yo, why don't we play them?
It was a little strange.
Yeah.
It was the only two
Yeah.
teams that didn't.
I mean, if we're going to be honest, at Atlanta, it was our fault. We were focusing way too much on that storyline, and
Right.
that got ahead of ourselves when we played against Florida.
Yep.
But that, definitely, when we went up 2-0 versus Florida in Atlanta,
Yeah.
I can tell you right now that we were way too overconfident.
They were
And
just
that's part of the
looking
reasons why
towards
we
the
got
next
reverse
match.
lead.
Yeah, I agree. And we ended up losing to Florida, and then from there we ended up losing to Florida again, and then from there we ended up losing to Florida again.
And now
So-
Florida's in third place in the standings.
Yeah,
so
are they in the
third with 200 points?
So I don't know. I think we can go over a couple of things, but I want to reiterate the fact that at no point is anybody going to count face out. I mean, they're way ahead in points, and I think that for us this weekend it was more about disallowing them from continuing to do that and getting enough points for us to continue to stay a little bit ahead, if not, retain the status quo.
It gave us like a little bit of breathing room. We're sitting at 220
Yeah.
now, so
220, and then Dallas at 190, and Florida at 200.
It's also good that Minnesota didn't have a good tournament as well.
Right.
Yeah, really good. I mean,
for us, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's obviously, like I don't wish everybody to do well, right? It's competition, but
hope
I
they
also
do well, but we hope we do better.
Yeah, exactly. Well, God,
I got you, man. I'm on this.
That's how you should say it. It's like, I hope they do well, but just not better than me.
Yes.
You know, like when you break up with your
I want them
girlfriend.
to have dinner, but I want to have
When you
dinner.
break up with your girlfriend, you're like, man, I hope she does well, but not better than me. I want to check in and be like,
Shit ain't never happened. Though.
I'm just kidding. All right, so you know what? Let's send it over to Dylan Envoy for a couple of things that he needs to say, a couple of words, couple of thoughts on the tournament. I haven't had a chance to decompress because obviously they're busy and we want to give them the time off while they decompress and then they prepare for the tournament that they have right now. Go ahead, kick it over, Maddie.
So this last weekend, the New York home series, I think there was a lot of good takeaways. One being our S&D looked very phenomenal for the most part besides the finals match. Us playing London, New York the first time, and it looked really good. We refined a lot of stuff going into this home series, and going into the next home series and champs, we look to refine a lot more stuff, including our domination, which I think needs the most work. But like I said, biggest takeaways, our S&D was looking way better this weekend. The final, I don't want to say it was the worst final in the world. It was a blowout 3-0 in favor of New York, but I honestly don't think we played it too bad. The S&D, they just made very good plays in. We played them in the same S&D, same hard point, and the hard point, within 20 points, just like when we won. They made a lot of good plays. I feel like we made good plays and we couldn't capitalize on them, which is unfortunate. But overall, I mean, it was a close series, and a couple little things went our way, we would have won the series, and even won the S&D. Otherwise, I mean, the Dom was a very hard domination. Right now, we've been playing Hackney a bunch, which I think we need to stray away from. So, like I was saying previously before, we're gonna try to refine our Dom and keep working on our S&D going forward. So going into the finals versus New York, honestly, I was thinking we could take the dub. I mean, we could take the win in any series. It just depends how we perform, obviously, in the moment. And props to New York. I think they played really well, especially on the two matches that we had already previously played them on. So they changed a lot, not a lot, but a little bit of what they did in the S&D, and it kind of threw us off our game and made us play a lot different than we did the first time around. they also just, they countered strats. That's, it's easy as that nowadays. There's so much film and everyone has coaches and stuff. So countering people's strats is, it's pretty easy to do. We look to do that on every single team we play. We watched VOD all weekend, and we exposed a lot of teams in S&D for that specific reason. Just knowing what they do, or having it in the back of our head that which strats they're going to throw in each round. So this upcoming weekend, there's a home series that we won't be attending. So the team plans to practice actually during the home series to get some extra time in, when usually, or for the last couple home series, we haven't practiced and we just decided to watch the matches. But we're gonna get some practice in each day, and then probably watch some matches and see if we can get any key takeaways away from other teams playing leading into, I think, Toronto, which is our last home series, and then champs. Otherwise, we just been kind of hanging out here. Coronavirus is going back up again, so I'm not trying to go anywhere. I got mask on everywhere I go, and yeah, just we're living the dream out here. For this upcoming home series, for prediction-wise, I don't really know who I think's gonna win. I mean, if you had to pick someone, you have to say Florida, just because they're on a 3 home series winning streak or whatever. So I mean, if it's gonna be anyone, it'd say them. But personally, I don't want Florida or Dallas to win because right now in the standings, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, I think is really close, and we want to widen that gap as much as possible. Winning this last weekend would have been huge for us because it would have put us at 240 points, I believe, which would make it way harder for Florida to take the 2nd spot. But with us getting 2nd now, that 2nd spot is still up for grabs with FaZe securing the 1st spot. So, I'm hoping FaZe or Dallas don't win this weekend, but if I had to predict one, it'd be one of those teams to win it. And yeah, otherwise we're just, we're looking to finish this year off strong at the Toronto home series, and hopefully we can take a win there and lock in a top 2 seed going into champs.
So super exciting news there. I'm hype about it. There's so much fuzz. Matt, can we clean these next time, for gosh sakes? All right, so playoffs and champs. In general, I'm going to lean into you. Big Timer has his own questions about these, but we don't compete today or tomorrow or the week. We just don't compete this weekend, right? But Florida does, and Florida is the only team out there that won. All right, so give me the rundown, because we need them to do. We sort of have to
pray on their downfall.
Yeah, not necessarily. I want them to do good.
Yeah, just not better than
just not good enough. Yeah. Okay, so go on. So give us a rundown.
Yeah, basically, we need Florida. Unfortunately, like I said, for them, but good for us. We don't want Florida to keep winning, even though we do like to get the boys on there. We want to have that number 2 seed because, as we said before, the number 2 seed and number 1 seed has that much of a big advantage at champs because guess what? You start in semifinals, so you can't ask for anything better. But yeah, for Florida, it would be nice if the next tournament we do play them, we end up beating them, which that could alleviate our cushion between them and us if they end up having another good tournament. This tournament. It's also good that Minnesota isn't playing because that would have been really, really on our radar, because if they had a good tournament, let's say they make it to finals and Florida wins, that's going into a whole different.
But Dallas is going to be playing this weekend as well, and they're only 10 points below Florida. So if anything,
Dallas too.
It's both of those teams we gotta.
Yeah. So I was looking at that, and as much as
New York also New York is playing. Yeah, New York is playing.
New York has 130 right now. That's with the 50 that they just earned.
Yeah.
Okay. So if that's the case, this is what they need to worry about. Right now, the fight is truly between Dallas and Florida.
Right.
And they're the ones that are going to be all right, who's going to get more points?
Yep.
Right? Who's going to be able to capitalize on this thing? We haven't seen what Dallas looks like with a 2 AR meta, right? How do you think that they're going to do? Because obviously they don't have they have Clay. You know what I mean? He's nasty. Obviously, he's always been an AR.
Yeah,
dude. You competed against all these ARs. How do you What do you think?
Well, I know
you're an AR too, Will.
Yeah, man.
You M16
surgical with it. The ACR M16,
the
all
commander.
that.
Ooh. And but for Dallas, it definitely would help them because Krim, he's in my opinion, when he was at his best, especially in Ghost. he wasn't really like a true role. Like he was like an actual like, legit flex.
Yeah.
You know, as he was with his Optic Dynasty team, he was more transitioned to that sub role, like the ASM1, using that a lot in AW, and then end up like being that more frontline player. I think Krim, when he's at his best, is when he's that more methodical, like not slow, but just medium pace player. Whenever he's more comfortable and he can just like play methodical and just like slow the game down in his own head, from what I noticed from his own gameplay, that's when he does really good and actually like plays to his full potential. Because in Ghost, he was, you know, if not one of the best players in the game, literally, and that was his role. He wasn't like a main ER.
Yeah.
He was just doing what needed to be done, filled in. And
I was in Black Ops 2 with Clay.
He was like the same thing.
Same thing,
yeah,
right?
He wasn't the main. He wasn't.
They're gonna be scary,
front
dude.
line. So, yeah, his best play style is when he's that medium pace player. Because he's you know, veteran, one of the most winningest player of all time,
the most decorated player in the
So it's gonna
knows what
help
it takes
them
to win.
this meta since it's
so yeah,
slowing
no,
down
it
the game
definitely
a
is
little
gonna benefit them. And I know Illy's like that. Like if I could compare them, they're more similar to a New York team because Illy's like that Donnie, that temp play style.
Yeah.
And then Krim is like it's like an AR, the same thing. What Mac is doing, because Mac is now the second AR for New York, and then Lamar and Clayster are both similar stationary, very very methodical players.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I think now that Shotzi's coming into his own, I think that now that Ailey's getting more comfortable in the spotlight, I think that they're going to be a super scary. I mean, one, you can't ever discount Clay or Krim. Yeah. Right. Especially Krim. Yeah. No offense, Clay. Especially Clay too. I don't know what I'm saying. I do think that they're gonna be the ones to, in my opinion, they're the ones to watch out for. I think that they're positioning themselves to make a really good run towards the end of the year, going into champs. But like anything else, with any of these 12 teams, it's a possibility, Big T, that the LA Gorillas make a run and win champs.
You never know.
You never know.
Dude, you never know.
I'm pretty sure I know they're not going to do that. Is
How
it
do you
even
know?
possible at this point?
Yeah.
Well, I guess if they
That's
make the
They
tournament,
make the tournament. They
yeah,
are in
that's
the
true.
tournament.
Right.
Anything's possible.
So I've been in my head, just like you. I keep thinking, I was like, well, they're not going to be in the thing because they're not top 4, and they're not top 4
Right. I'm
now.
looking at the points list and thinking like, if you're not in the top 4, you're not going to make it. But he definitely could.
Yeah, Surge.
Yeah.
Like anybody can make a run.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The
Look
day
at
of.
Evil Geniuses with Patty Akes in World War II.
Yeah.
Didn't win a single fucking game, like a single tournament, and then they show up at the last one and made it happen.
Similar to my team last year.
That too.
And a league, we were making a lot of roster changes and stuff, trying to get our own meta in our own team and rules figured out get the right roster. When we make one last roster change before champs, our final roster change, and we got top 4, highest placing of the year.
Certain players just play better when it's all on the line. Some of the biggest events with the spotlights on them and the cameras on them. Patty P is like he's one of those people.
Oh yeah.
He performs.
Patty P is the ruiner of dreams. You know what I mean? Like he's like, oh shit, I can fuck.
The lights are on.
Like, wait,
I can fuck your dreams up.
Oh,
okay,
hold on. He cracks his knuckles and shit. Pats himself everywhere to wake every single cell in his body up. Just slapping everywhere. I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna look like, dude. I don't know what next year is gonna look like. Let me deviate a little bit here because contracts are gonna be coming up very soon.
Is that after champs or
shortly after, right? And like, what is that gonna look like?
We're gonna see some
moves because we've been seeing some moves in the amateur scene. Doc Sensor Martin, what happened there? Do you know exactly what happened? I feel bad for my dude. What do you do?
Man.
I love Dougie.
I love Doug. I do. And he can't get away from the unfortunate circumstances. I don't know what fully happened. I only assume and put together with my own thoughts, but I think there was a series he didn't perform that well in the last amateur tournament, challenger tournament. Yeah. And the Triumph team, it's actually like crazy because they partnered with New York to have him play, and then they now are sitting him for. I think this guy named, I want to say Diamond Con or something.
Doug got sat on the amateur team.
Yeah, sat or dropped. I don't know the full details, but they're playing with a new player.
Wow. I don't know how that works. I don't know if people don't understand brand building, but when you have a superstar like Doug out there, you gotta. I mean, you put them out there, dude. You
put them on the field.
Yeah, I don't know, short-term gains versus long-term success. I don't know. I would have, Dougie's somebody that I would have leaned. I don't know why I call him Dougie. Like we're not boys like that. You know what I mean? Like I like him and shit. He likes me, but we're not boys. Dougie. But Doug Sensor Martin. Goddamn, that's his name, and that's how he should get there. Doug Sensor Martin.
I can't just say Sensor. I have to say Doug Sensor Martin every time.
So Doug Sensor Martin. I don't know. He can't catch a break, my man.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. And I don't know.
It's because of his biceps, man. People can't stand it.
Yeah, they hate. They're like, you're too good looking to also be successful. Trust me, I know. You know what I mean?
See, you've been lifting. I know exactly.
Look at this. Oh, you had traps last week too. You look
there
like
you go.
Yeah,
they're gone. They're gone.
Oh, you stopped working out?
I stopped.
Look at these.
Those are looking solid, bro.
Touch.
Oh, those are solid, bro.
Is your finger okay?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. I don't know, man. The amateurs have been getting a lot of playtime this year. I don't know what it is, and I don't want to talk about. Let's talk a little bit about OGLA, just a tiny little bit. They have 2 new players that are coming in.
Yeah.
Right. I like to be careful with the things that I say, because I don't want people to misquote me or get mad at me behind the scenes or something. But what do you think?
What in terms of optics, new change?
Yeah.
Well, we were just scrimming them, and I think we just lost Ramaza. I was watching on Dylan's stream. I've been hearing actually a lot of good things from their new team. I was watching a couple streams and a couple calls, and when talking, people actually said that they're better because, like I said before, this game doesn't. I mean, talent does come a certain way, a long way, whatever. But at the end of the day, chemistry. Fast pacing, trusting in one another, actually like wanting to get better as a team, good synergy.
Right. Fill me in on who the two was the two.
Yeah, so basically like
Haza?
It's Draza and Hollow.
Okay.
Took the place of
of Dashi and Chino.
And JCap essentially.
Yeah. Basically for them, like I haven't watched too much of it because we're the only team that streams.
Yeah.
Scrims. So the.
Do you think that's affected us? Streaming?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
In a negative way?
Yeah.
It's, well, for me, because I've told them this before. Whenever you stream, right? Like you can't really. Like, for example, I tell Troy this, and I told him this before. Like everything you say is being under a microscope, and when you say things like a good strategy or a way how to break a hill, and if as a pro player you watch VODs, even as an analyzer of a league, you watch people's streams, and when the only team streaming is people are gonna watch every single match you play,
dude.
And
I don't mean to interrupt you, okay?
So there you go.
But you're gonna interrupt him? What happened?
What place is that?
I was gonna say we're still second place.
Second place.
And listen. What
the fuck? What y'all doing? We give you the playbook. Yeah. I can't cut. What, man? I'm kidding.
No, but I'm being serious. I'm being serious though. Like, there's situations where where they would say something, and then I can't exaggerate this. I have conversations with Troy, and teams would try the same exact things we talked about against us. Really? And they weren't doing that before.
Yeah.
And because like I know, and a lot of people know that other pro players watch each other's streams. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
And so when it comes down to the way how to play the game, you're doing the best you can to get edges on how to counter people.
Yeah.
For us, we always as these guys on this team, they strive under that pressure.
Yeah.
That's why I could actually confidently say, because it's so cringy to say when people say, "Oh, I'm better on land." Like, this team's better on land. They're better in the tournament environment. Like,
of course.
They feed off the crowd. So that's why it doesn't really hurt us that much.
Yeah.
But it's always going to hurt you with that tiny little bit of that edge, you're giving off, because people are able to know some of the things you do.
Speaking of the edge, though, at least in the old Call of Duties, it was there's 3 or 4 months where everybody's trying different shit, and then everybody figures out the game, and everybody knows the best way to break the hill. Is it not kind of like that in this one?
Wait, what time? Are you saying it turns the end or the beginning?
Yeah, towards the end right now. Is it not just at a point where everybody knows everything? Is there still some small edges that some teams have?
Would it be your recommendation? Look, we've already had internal talks about whether or not we're going to stop streaming as we get to champs.
It's really up to the players. that are playing right now at the end of the day. But, for me, there's things like even Troy can't even say on stream. Like he has to type it in the chat because he knows people are watching.
So there is small things.
No, there is like
100%. That's why. I mean, obviously, that's why we don't stream
S&D.
Search, yeah. You're looking kind of fly today, brother. What you wearing? Oh shit! Wait.
I'm sponsored.
You're looking kind of. Oh.
Are we matching?
Not me. I'm sponsored. You guys aren't sponsored.
Yeah.
Dude. Let's not do that. Come on. Anyway, let's. Speaking of the swag, unsponsored by Popeyes is a tournament that we're doing where if you lose, you get unsponsored by Popeyes. If you win, you retain your sponsorship. So on the Popeyes side, they know how to play the game. So I appreciate that. In fact, let's go to the Popeyes round table talk right now. I'm going to start this off with a very, very controversial bite.
Oh my gosh.
What is it?
Oh my goodness.
Well and true, Adam Apicella said that if we count these championships as championships, then we have to go back and rewrite history and say that the 2Ks, 10Ks, 20Ks, 40Ks, what's the highest that they went
He's
to?
shaking his head already.
25?
Yeah. I want to go last on this. I want to hear him first, and then Alec, and then I want to see where I line up with them about if these should be counted as the same as those.
I just think, given the situation that we're currently in, I feel like it's what else are we going to count this whole year? We can't just chalk the whole year just because we're playing online tournaments because we don't have a choice.
Are you just saying that because you just won a championship?
No.
Asterisk. No, okay, so elaborate on that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for me is because obviously I was playing during the 2Ks and 5Ks, and they were definitely harder in a sense for me because you played all the matches in one day compared to playing one match a day, and obviously there's just tons of different teams you had to try to play against and counter, but in this you can kind of prepare for every single team you're going to be playing against. But at the same time, I feel like these tournaments feel a lot more prestigious than playing a 2K or 5K. In my opinion, anyway.
No. Not at all.
You're wrong, he says.
I think 2Ks are way harder, but I think they both equal the same. I think just waking up, joining TeamSpeak, saying, "Hey friends, what's up? You want to watch some pod in our bedrooms together?"
Hey,
the fuck is that?
I agree with him. I mean, it's all we got, but at the same time, I mean, they're just it's not the same, bro.
I mean, the start of the years, every year, 2Ks were the only thing we got for a couple months, too.
Yeah.
People were that's how people were doing rankings off of, and it was just the dumbest. Everyone would be every pro would be why are you guys ranking off 2Ks? Oh, we're ranking off 2Ks right now.
Bro, we play one match Friday, one match Saturday.
Maybe.
Assuming that we win both of those, and then 2 matches Sunday if we make it to finals. It's playing 4 matches in 3 days. I hate that.
It reminds me
I hate that.
IW, it was the stage thing, group green, group red, and you play 1 match a day or 2 matches a day. It just reminds me of that.
I mean, the home series we went to were the same thing.
I just don't like
the format.
Yeah, I just don't like how we play so little.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
Please don't find me.
I definitely want the format changed 100%.
Yeah, I
what to what?
At pool play maybe, or every team has to go to events for sure.
That's kind of what my mindset was. I would rather every team be at every single one of these.
We're getting a little amount of COD compared to the last few years where we would have so many just. What was it? What was the regular season called last year?
CWL.
Yeah, CWL. We would get so many matches during those weeks. Go to events and get even more matches, and it'd be awesome. And
played so much more COD.
And now we get a little amount, and it's unfortunate.
It's so much easier to get good practice too, because if you were a team that had a good record in the league, you'd go into matches okay, we could test out our map pool, or just get overall more reps. Especially if you pick up someone new. Now it's you're picking someone new sometimes, going into tournaments just off scrims. You know what I mean?
You can play 2 matches and be eliminated.
You have 1 chance.
And it doesn't really display the best teams consistently, and I think that's probably the biggest problem with the format at the moment.
Okay, very good.
I think the best case scenario, I mean, this is a long shot, would be to expand to 16 teams and just run four pools of 4 every single event based off seeding or however, and then an 8-team double elimination bracket after that. Just more COD.
All right. So this past weekend, obviously, we made it to the finals. Am I right in saying that if Zuma would have been caught making that flank in Ruins, we would have taken the whole thing?
You can talk about this one.
I
read it, man.
Delicious fry.
I called it. I called it ever since that hill rotated. I was like, we're still missing Zuma. We're still missing Zuma. I finally turned around. He killed me right away. I was like, that's what you hate to see. But I mean, it just came down to clutches. It's just this game. This game's literally like, I was telling like the team after we lost, I was like, it's either you make the right play by getting the kill, or you make the wrong play by dying on whatever he's doing. And that's how this game is, unfortunately. So he made the right play by getting the kill on me. It's literally, it's just a 50-50.
Yeah.
He did it, and that's how they beat us all.
He made a good play, but the only reason why that opening was like available to them is because we lost like the opposite side of the hill. So like, there's just one of those things where he just got blessed because they broke the back that he's able to pinch the front for free.
If we get those kills, they all spawn all the way out behind construction.
It's like him taking that route made us spawn closer to the hill, but he just got good timing to pinch us. That's basically what happened.
Whose job was it to keep an eye on Zuma?
Anybody's. Anybody's. Or we just leave them and all push it back.
One of the two.
It just comes down to clutch
I think
situations.
that's what we were trying to do.
Yeah, we were trying.
And 2 of us died. Then I pushed. I got singled out. And then after that, we were broke.
Yeah.
All right. So the entire year, everybody has been waiting for the match against FaZe. Obviously, you know, I wasn't afraid. You know, I know what we have at the table. You know what I mean? I know who's chewing what fries at what time. You know? I wasn't scared. From the beginning, everybody's hyping them up, and they showed up. Obviously, they're a team to be respected, a team to be feared. But the way that all of these casters were like, oh, there's a monster at the end of the bracket. I was like, shut your ass up. Like, I get hyping it up, but fudge.
They're good. I mean, y'all, they just fry. I had a bad series. Like, the search, I had like 2, I went like 2 and 3. The hard point, like neg 10. The Dom I played good in, but like, they just, Alec and Matt specifically were just frying. Like, Matt was getting all the snipe picks. Did you do good in the first hard point? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
You fried in the first hard point?
Pretty good.
Did he fry the first map? Did you?
I made the flank. I went pause like 8.
Yeah, he was doing it all first map. Then Matt and then him, second map, were frying, and then all of us kind of were just frying third map. So, I mean, that's the thing. It's like we played them one time, and it was a 30-minute series. Like, you just don't know, like, based off of that, where we actually are.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think
it was so quick. We played 3 maps.
I think people just underestimate us, like, because what our names on this roster, I think we haven't been performing as good as we should be, and that comes down to the 2AR setup on the 2AR meta in this game.
Yeah.
People just forget, like, who the fuck's on our team, and it's just, we're finally coming to that point, like, we're showing our true potential, basically, like, because I could do what I want, finally, and it took them 6 months to change the meta of 4 subs, and we're finally getting it together and making it look easy and doing stuff before our matches that we should have been doing at the start of the year.
Yeah.
Which helps us a lot, and I think when it comes down to time,
leave it. Are there fears that they might buff or change something again before champs?
No. No, because I know we're all nasty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't give a fluff.
The fluff?
I feel like at this point we're good. I mean, obviously last weekend we didn't have 10 mils in, and I got absolutely bad.
But now you're back.
But now I'm back. And so, I mean, if it's, I'm just hoping it stays a 2AR meta. Because we have too good of ARs to not be on ARs.
Well, we prepared for that. You know, we prepared for that when we were scouting and picking up the teams. Every team did, which is why team owners and players alike are, you know, having these discussions with the league, because some people, you know, sort of build their rosters expecting it to be one thing.
Maybe we need to get like a little sneak peek before the next COD, like, you know, this is going to be the meta.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is what it's looking like, so we can at least shape the roster from the beginning.
I feel like the developers won't even know that. It's really up to the players. So, like, we'd have to, like, pretty thoroughly test the game to, like, have a good understanding of what the meta is going to be. So
Exactly.
Right. Final topic. They just spread out the prize pool. They're doing 1.5 for first place, 600 for second. I had it. Anyway.
900 for second.
Okay, so they spread out 900 per second, et cetera, et cetera. They spread out a little bit more. Is that something that you guys agree with, disagree with? Where do we stand? What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. I originally said just keep it the same. Like, I don't really, like, I understand it's online, so, like, you know, I feel like the discrepancy between certain teams, like, is going to be, I guess, shortened. I feel like that's the right way to say it. I'm not sure, but I feel like the difference in, like, the best teams and the worst teams are closer since it's online. But, yeah, no, I think the prize pool probably should have stayed the same, especially since they initially announced it. I feel like if they never announced it and they said it what it's going to be now, it'd be fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it's
if they didn't announce it, everybody would have been pissed.
Yeah.
Like, why haven't they announced what the prize pool is? What am I playing for? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
What do you think? Good or bad?
I'm going to keep it real. I don't even know what the prize pool was at the start.
Yeah, you play for passion, maybe that's why.
Yeah, I play to win. I don't care about the money. Like, I just want to win. I want to prove that we're the best team. And I mean, it's a big chunk of money. If we win, we get it. Like, woo.
Yeah. And if you look at Seth and the way he dresses, you can tell that he only plays for passion. You know what I mean? He don't give a shit about that money. You know, he just cares about the win. Period. Go ahead.
I mean, my opinion is everyone should eat because it's online.
Yeah.
So like, spread it out across everybody. I mean, $400,000 a person to win an online tournament. I mean, that's
a lot.
That's a little bit ludicrous, you know.
That's the most in the history of esports. That's the most amount of money that's ever been played for on an online tournament.
Guy threw his headset off. Mom.
Yeah.
Mom, guess how much I won?
Yeah, right. Like,
guy runs around his kitchen.
She says $40. Nah.
Like, yeah. I mean, I think everyone should eat just because it's online. I mean, placing, like, obviously you want to win, but everyone knows that, you know, there's a big asterisk next to it. So I think the money is good to be spread out across everybody.
Best of nines, though. That's a long match. Imagine if it goes all nine maps, though, right?
It's gonna be a crazy series.
The craziest series in history. Either way, we're gonna be setting not only record-setting numbers in viewership, but also in the amount of stuff that's gonna be on the line. Prize pool for online winning. Longest match, probably. That's the nine. I've never ever heard of that.
Bro, reminds me of Black Ops 1 were best of 11s, dude. I don't know if you remember watching those.
No.
But, dude, I remember seeing like some best of 11 series back in Black Ops 1, like on stream at tournaments.
Grand
you
finals.
were a part of one, right?
Yeah, freaking, Too Quick and Mainstream and Nameless, I think.
I remember watching that.
Yeah.
Did we win that? Did we play that?
No, we won that.
It was on
Leverage.
Oh, Leverage. Who? Anyway.
When you were trying to scout me.
Well, first of all, that never happened. Somebody else
from Big Marky.
took you from Mark Faraz. Shout out Mark Faraz, wherever you are. That's pretty cool. Well, you're welcome. Obviously, we got you on the roster, and then you became what you became. So successful. Look, I hope that we have fun at the very least, but the very most, I have no doubts that you guys are going to give a show that the fans and non-fans alike deserve. Okay, we're going to send it back to the desk to continue on. Now we get to eat, munch, eat, get that chicken from Popeyes.
Why is he in this? He's unsponsored.
Oh, whatever, bro. Nah, I redeemed myself Friday, bro.
So as you heard there, the prize pool for the ending tournament has changed quite a bit. So we're going to kick it over to General to talk a little bit more about it.
Yeah, dude, you know what's crazy about that, dude? We were just looking at this while I was doing the round table. I was also looking at this because Mr. Manhattan. Is that his name, Mr. Manhattan?
The guy who sees the future
from
Watchmen.
Watchmen,
the blue guy.
The blue guy. General, I want your thoughts on this. Okay, obviously because it's online, I kind of favor what they did. Right? They didn't allow all that money to be relying upon
one
server. Right? So they redistributed everything.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me more about that. Tell everybody more about that.
Well,
here, let me read it for you, and then you go into it, okay? In collaboration with our teams and players, we have recently redistributed the prize pool, okay? The updated payout structure better rewards teams that perform well during playoffs while assigning less prize money for the final matches. The overall payout of 4.6 remains the same. Here is how it breaks down. League champion.
1.4, right?
1.5.
1.5,
Runner-up, 900.
So were those numbers higher before they redid the
Yeah, I think
payout?
it was $2 million. It was $2 million
really?
for first.
Oh, wow.
500K each. Right?
Yeah.
It's $2 million. Yeah, it was $2 million.
Before taxes. After taxes, they're gonna.
Oh, dude, today is.
Today was the day, bro. I had a check.
Yeah, you didn't check.
It was not good.
I let Jude handle all that. I don't want to see it.
Not fun. Not fun.
Look, if I didn't see it and it got sent out, did it really get sent out? I don't know. So tell us more. Third place.
Third place. What is it? 8?
600.
600.
Don't you have it right in front of you?
Nah,
gave me this.
I'm not. I don't
Where's
have my
your phone?
All right, man.
Okay. So I'm gonna. So league
I
champion
have my
1.5,
phone now.
runner up 900, third place 600, fourth 450, fifth 300, seventh 175, ninth
100.
place 100. What's the most you ever competed for?
400,000.
Okay.
For first place.
So fourth, so you got what? 100K.
100K.
So fourth place is 450.
So fourth place is 450.
Yeah.
So what you got for first place, they're getting for fourth.
I mean, sign of the times, bro. Sign of the times. I said it back then. I wanted to be a pioneer for the scene and
you did say
pave the way, for the future players. And now that time has come, it don't feel great. I don't want to be a pioneer.
You want to come back?
Yeah.
You want your reparations?
I want that cash.
You want that cash?
So
all the work
be a
that you
man.
You're the first one to appear in the World Guinness Book of World Records.
It's an AR-based game now too. I'm telling you, bro. I could hold some angles now.
You can, right?
The off-angle master.
Yeah.
Dude,
I love those off-angles.
I agree with this. Having a
distributed even, yeah.
Yeah.
So they just spread it out a little bit.
A little bit.
I like it.
Enough to where it won't hurt as much. Especially I want to know what happens. And I'm not jinxing it. I hope that everything runs smoothly. I pray to God that it runs smoothly, especially if we're making a run.
Don't say something about internet connections or something.
Internet connections.
Yeah.
Okay? What happens?
I don't know, man.
Dude, what happens? Oh, my Lord.
They need to have a plan in place now. Like, they need to assume that something bad is going to happen.
We're working on it.
Because, look at Twitter today. Who got hacked? Bill Gates got hacked. Elon Musk got hacked. Somebody is going to see that event as an opportunity. People are trolls. They're going to see it as an opportunity and try to destroy it. So you better just be ready.
I don't know if any of you guys remember Lizard Squad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Who is
Savage.
Okay, but Jordy, dude, that guy was literally
the Chief Keef guy.
Oh, dude,
Bro.
he was in my DMs, just threats all the time.
Dude.
I'm just like, please,
dude. Jordy
please
literally came in my lobby multiple times in Advanced Warfare and literally smoked me.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
There's nothing you can do.
I don't know. I don't remember who it was. Look at that. Look at it. Hold on. Time out. Let's bring in my man Ben Simmons from the NBA.
Hey.
What's up, partner? What's up? Yo, who's gonna win champs? You can say your boys.
That's us.
Who's that?
Only goes for Sixers, man.
Oh yeah, no, for Call of Duty champs.
Oh man.
You can say it.
Who's in it?
I know what you were gonna say, but Huntsman is the one that you were trying to say.
No, Huntsman for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I got my Huntsman guys.
All right, cool. The prize got redistributed to $1.5 million for first place. You say who? We seen your contract. Don't say who, man.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Yo, I'm gonna call you back, okay?
Sounds good, bro.
That was Ben Simmons saying that the Huntsman's gonna win champs. I believe him. He did say either Face or Huntsman. Yeah, he's super tight with the Face guys. So I agree with it. Do you agree with it? Obviously, like connectivity is gonna be like a massive issue. Hopefully not.
I don't. Well, before wasn't every team supposed to be required to have a face cam this tournament? Because wasn't that the thing?
And some people didn't have it, right?
Yeah. What's that about?
Didn't have a face cam.
Yeah.
Well, look.
Listen,
if you don't have a face cam,
I don't think you should play.
You're not playing. You're getting disqualified.
I don't think you should.
If you look at our text thread, what did I say? I said in my text thread, you guys better have your cameras on, because I'm not getting disqualified. If you get disqualified, you're gonna deal with me first, and then you're gonna deal with the league.
Well, there's so much. There's so much time to get one. It's like everybody's on a massive contract.
They provide it. The league provides one that has a direct feed to their networks.
Yeah. But the thing I don't understand is was that was that rule? Because I didn't really read all of it. All I know it's because I thought it was mandatory now for everyone to have a face cam no matter what. Because I know you were hard on us because you got to make sure we had that, right?
Yeah.
But I saw a lot of players, not a lot, but a couple players didn't have them, and I thought it was mandatory. Or is that for champs? I don't know.
It has to be for champs. It has to be. If anything, it's now.
Yeah.
Everybody. So just so you know, everybody since our show, and I'm not saying this is our reason, but since our show, the league sent out extra cameras for people to point cameras at their gaming setups.
Yeah.
Oh, because of my point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the mirror thing. I'm telling you, the magician thing.
Listen, man.
No, they can still get around it.
I think they probably could. Yeah.
They're like,
could you get around it?
I could definitely get around it.
What would be like your
aren't-
steps?
People just aren't thinking. Well, you just. I don't know how the fuck they do that.
no. I did
ask somebody.
No, I did read, which is good. They did listen to my advice because you were right. Because I was like, they are thinking. Because that's funny you did say that. Because after the pre-show, because I brought it up, how you gonna check the HDMI cables? But then they said you're only allowed to have one HDMI cable connected to your monitor.
Yeah.
So, smart.
They're trying to sneak in the beaver sticks. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah. The what?
The beaver sticks.
Oh yeah. I remember now.
I'd be a good detective.
You would.
That man's cheating.
I don't know. Hopefully, again, don't be scumbags, competitors. The level of stress that you would get as a competitor when you know that you and your team are legit, and you're not doing that, but you think somebody else might. Think about the way that affects you, right? Like, I can't kill this dude, and you don't know if it's connection. You don't know. You just immediately assume that person's doing something extra.
100%.
Usually, you don't kill me like this. In LAN, you wouldn't do this to me. So it affects it. It's going to be like a massive sort of point of contention as we go down through this path.
Is the camera you said pointed towards the system itself? Is that being implemented like right now?
Yeah.
Or is that
no? We had
for
it.
champs?
No, we had it. We had cameras pointing at the.
Oh,
at the
everyone's
system.
setups.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe that's why people have face cams, because they're using maybe their one face cam for their setup.
The league sent everybody an extra camera.
But this is not going to like Twitch or a streaming service. This is feeding
to
right
their
back to
system. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they have a production company, production system where every single aspect of the game goes into their fucking machine, and then it gets distributed to the screen by magic fingers.
Yes.
Jazz fingers.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
I respect that. I actually listen. Whoever watched that, listen to my point. Bravo to you, because you guys. That's a really good step. 100% respect.
All right. Being that it's the London home series, I had to call my man Scraps.
Yeah.
I had to give him a call.
That's the homie.
Here's what the conversation went like. Scraps. Listen, I'm going to tell you something, man, okay? I hope that your brother didn't get mad at me last week when I said that you were the better looking one. I just speak truths, bruv.
That's facts. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So thank you for stopping by. Obviously, it's the London Royal Ravens' second home opener. I was lucky enough to be there in person for you guys' first one. I think we won that one. But it was one of the best ones. Obviously, any chance that I get to spend time out there in the UK with the London crowd is like one of the best experiences I've ever had. One of the reasons that we've always gone there like twice a year if the Video Games Awards were there. But I wanted to sit down with you and ask you a couple of questions about the upcoming matchup. We'll start with your team. How's been the new vibes with Trey stepping in on the new change?
Obviously we started out really well. We got second with him at the first event, and then obviously a lot changed within the game. I think we've had about 3-4 different meta changes since that happening, and we just haven't clicked the same since. And hopefully this weekend we see that happen again. We've been putting in the hours. We've been grinding every single day, making sure that we're perfecting the gameplay. And I'm excited for the weekend.
Are you? How is it playing with your brother again? Is the synergy there, or?
Yeah, it is dope. But I'd say there's also a lot of I wouldn't say negatives, because it's not a negative, but at the same time it is. Like we go at it a lot. We're always at each other's throats with in-game stuff and out-of-game stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that's the only shit thing about it. But other than that, you couldn't ask for much more in life than playing video games with your twin brother and getting paid for it. It's a blessing. It's still not settled into this day.
Dude,
every single time.
I love that answer. I love not a lot of people don't take the time to sit down and reflect on the fact that we get paid. Like, I'm sitting in a studio that is part. I mean, you've been here, right? Like it's
wild. It's insane.
Off of playing video games. So I love you. I love your answer, man. Everybody should take that approach when thinking about how blessed they are in the situation that they're in. The amount of people that have lost their jobs because of COVID, the amount of people that haven't been able to, to continue to fulfill their dreams, if that's, owning their own small business or whatever. And here we are, blessed as all heck, trying to continue to do what we do, creating the dope stuff. I argue with my brother nonstop too about the most trivial stuff. So you're not alone in a situation like that.
Thank God for that. Wow.
Yeah.
I thought I was tweaking for a sec.
No. Look, and who's older, you or him?
Me.
By how many minutes?
30 minutes.
30 minutes? Look, I'm older than my brother. If there's one thing that I know is that older brothers always are right. Okay, we just know more. So stop arguing, you little
This is what I try and tell him. Like, I'm only trying to help you. I'm not trying to embarrass you in front of the team or do anything like that. I'm just trying to help you, but we're always going at it. We're always trying to make each other better, I guess, and always ended an argument.
It's little brother syndrome, right? Like I don't want my big brother to protect me anymore. I don't want him to tell me what to do. I'm all man. But when you're wrong nonstop because you're the little brother, what do you want us to do? Okay,
Exactly.
If you're a little brother in the chat right now, go say thank you to your brother. Don't explain why. Just say, brother, thank you. You're the best. You're the better. Thank you very much. How do you think this weekend's going to shape up? Obviously, we're not in it, and I don't think that. Who else is in it?
Yeah, there's another big team. I'm pretty sure it might be you and that. Is it Atlanta? I can't remember.
Is FaZe? I don't know if it's FaZe. All right, well there's either one. We're not there, so I'm going to be rooting for you guys. Tell me how you think the weekend's going to shape up. Are you guys prepared? Have you guys prepared for the first matchup and then sort of predicted what the next couple of matchups are going to look like? Do you prepare for that sort of situation, or do you just go into the weekend just focusing on yourselves and playing your game?
We go into the weekend, obviously it's one game at a time, one round at a time, one map at a time. That's how we always look at it. I'm pretty sure we play Seattle first. Obviously they haven't had I wouldn't say they've had the brightest of years, obviously with the caliber of players they've got on that team. But we know what they're capable of, so we can't take teams like that lightly. The competition in this league is probably one of the highest within any video game. So it's just all or nothing really. Just giving it 110. Everybody's going hard, and just making sure we win that first game, and then on to the second one, whoever we play next.
Well, they do say that Surge has gotten a little bit better because of the 2 AR meta, obviously with Pander and what's the other dude's name that's also running it.
Octane.
Octane
and Panda. Yeah.
Right? Octane. It's my boy. What do you think? Like, do you think that they gotten better, and are you taking that into consideration, or again, you're just gonna continue just focusing 110% on yourselves?
Oh yeah, that's one thing I probably stress to the team the most. They'll probably vouch for this. I said, even though these are bottom of the league, I was like, I don't care. I don't want any trolling. It's 110 because they're capable of beating us, so we can't take them lightly. And the whole team knows that. We all know that they're capable of coming out and even 3-0 and probably any other team in the league, because it's Call of Duty. It's all on the day, and they've got the caliber of players to do so. So we just got to come out and play our game. I think we'll beat them pretty comfortably if we do so, and hopefully it's a good match anyway.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I'm hoping that you guys are the third team to win their homestands. Obviously, FaZe doing it. New York just doing it this past weekend by defeating us. I do see the bracket sort of falling into place for you guys to be able to perform if you guys can all fire on all cylinders. I think that you guys are going to be in top tier form. So I wish you nothing but good luck. I hope that you guys win. I'm going to be cheering for you guys. And I hope that you guys come out on top, man. Any final words that you want to say? Shout out to your sponsors or anything?
Again, thank you for having me. Shout out to everybody showing love, and obviously the big massive following behind yourself. No doubt they're going to be showing love to you on this video. So thank you to you guys for showing up and showing Hector love on the vid.
Cool, man. I'll see you soon, and hopefully when this thing's all said and done, we'll do the eavesdrop in person. All right?
Appreciate it.
All right, brother. Be good. Thank you very much.
Nice one, mate. See you soon.
All right, back to the desk. Well, as you saw there, they're trying to be the third team to win their homestand, and now that we're not playing, I wish them good luck. I hope that they win. Really hope that they win, because that would mean that where are they?
They're taking away from other people's winning.
Yeah, London Roller Raiders 100 points. I mean, I'm telling you, any given point, some of these can change. OGLA can make a run this weekend.
Yeah.
Right. They have 70 points. They'll bring them to
anyone.
Yeah. I don't know. Look, if they win, that brings them to $120, which will put them up there with the Rocker, which will put them right in line with the Sub. I mean, you don't know. Any of these are gonna cause a massive shakeup in this thing, and it's gonna be one of the weirdest, one of the coolest things to witness, right? Because it'll set the tone for next year. What's it going to look like? Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to take it easy. All these points that you're gathering throughout the year don't mean shit when you know that somebody may heat up in the middle of the season and just overtake you.
I mean, it's like you said, and like we've all been saying, it's all COD. Two things COD comes down to: matchups. Because just because you beat one team doesn't always mean you're going to beat another team. We it's just like a gladiator fight. Like there's certain attributes of teams,
certain weaknesses,
certain weaknesses of teams, and certain ways that teams like to play.
Yeah.
And when COD's just a meta-based game, like when it comes down to the guns you use and the way you play, and when people like to take what other people do, like when it comes down to strategies or stream watching or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like it does have a part to factor when it goes down the timeline of the year.
Yeah.
And meta change.
And some teams it's always been like that. Some teams just play annoying, and they'll play differently than other teams. And that's New York.
That's New York. Yeah,
so
literally.
You don't know. You'll be playing 3-4 series in a row, and everything will be going good, and you'll play that one team who's got 2 or 3 players that just throws you, like the timing is off, and they hide in different corners, and you're just So those are the teams that can make a run.
Part of the reason why, like for example, if since we matched up, in weird series and got hard countered versus Florida, right? If Florida plays against FaZe on the same day in semifinals against FaZe, right? That series is completely different. Just because Florida beat us does not mean that Florida is going to beat FaZe.
Right.
It does not mean that at all. Like that's how it was like in Advanced Warfare. Like FaZe, we had a tough time with FaZe, but FaZe could beat Denial. And then, or I don't know how the circle worked, but usually CODs, they have like 3 to 4 powerhouse teams, and like it's just a huge circle.
Yep.
Literally,
depending on who's playing who. Yeah.
It's all matchups and metas. Oh, that would be a good podcast.
What matchups and metas? That is a good one. I came up with a good podcast for Minecraft, punching trees.
Ooh,
I know. See,
I like that.
Shit, when I said this was just started punching trees. I'm like, whoa, Hitch, that's a good thing. All right, look, favorite part of the show for me, prediction time. Yeah. We're gonna go through these quickly because obviously we ran a little bit long in the table talk. The first game is Dallas Empire versus Paris Legion. By the way, Parisians, what's the right way to say it?
You did say that right. You even texted me a few days later. I had forgotten that we even talked about that.
Not me.
This man texted me, said, see, I was right.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Parisians. So you're like, Persians? No, Parisians. Okay, so Dallas Empire. Alan. Don't skip. All right, fine, skip Alan. You're just sitting there, dude.
3-0.
Huh?
I think it's
3-0 Dallas?
Yes, 3-0 Dallas.
3-0 Dallas. I'm going to go with a 3-1 Dallas. I'm going to give Paris the benefit of the doubt on one of the S&Ds. You could go either way.
3-0 Dallas.
3-0 Dallas. He wrote it down. You couldn't see it because of the... It's fine. Okay, Seattle Surge versus the London Royal Ravens. Why is the marquee matchup so early in the day?
A bit of an oversight in the scheduling.
Oh, maybe it's because it's a homestand and... Okay, it makes sense. Okay, so the marquee matchup was going to be the second match of the day, which is Seattle Surge versus London Royal Ravens. Alan says Royal Ravens 3-0. What do you say?
I'm going with the upset. I'm going Seattle Surge 3-2.
Whoa.
Seattle Surge 3-2.
I'm going to back you up. Alan?
From what I've been seeing.
I'm going to take it back, man. I just thought the scraps. I can't do my man's 30 like that.
Against the homestand team?
3-1.
Listen, I've been... From what I've been hearing, Surge has actually gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
With the meta changes. I could see that.
Proto and Pander, they actually, they're not that known like players when it comes down to like, winning and stuff.
Prestige.
And, prestige and, following whatever. But like they put their time in. They have that strategical factor that goes in, hard
working
players.
The small things that make the difference.
Literally, that's all it is.
Okay, so you're going the upset 3-2.
3-2 Surge. They're gonna win their game 5.
I would say 3-1 Royal Ravens.
Same. Shout out Scraps.
Listen, man, Scraps, I love you guys, but I just have a feeling.
I like it. No, we need some controversy in this. You need to. We can't all be cookie cutter same answers.
True.
Los Angeles Guerrillas versus the New York Subliners, the returning champs. Can they go back to back? Is the question. Alan, nothing. Go on.
Pizza Rats 3-0.
Pizza Rats 3-0. That's New York. 3-0. I'm gonna go 3-0 New York.
I do think New York's gonna continue on with some of their momentum from last weekend, but I'm gonna say 3-1 instead of 3-0.
What about OGLA versus Florida Mutineers?
I said it 3 weeks ago. I'm never betting against Florida again, so I'm gonna say Florida 3-1. We'll say 3-1.
General.
That's going to be a hard one to predict because I just have a feeling when Slasher towards the end of the year, he always turns up So I'm gonna do another opposite prediction. I'm gonna go 3-2 Slashers team.
You're going out on a limb.
3-2 Slashers team.
Yep. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with the Mutineers.
Everyone's
Ben Spoon has been personally working the boys out. He's hopped in on a couple of scrims.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
He's the man. So I'm with it. He gets up at 5 o'clock every morning.
Woo.
Eastern time. Hits the gym.
Wow.
Takes care of the kids. Washes everybody. Sends them off to in-home school because nobody goes to school.
Healthy body, healthy mind.
Yeah,
Something
dude.
Like
think about it right now.
To pay the bills,
going
my man,
to school,
Ben Spoon.
school online. That's
yeah,
crazy.
Alan, what do you think? Okay, nice. Okay, so that's it, guys. We're running a little bit late. The show's about to start. Go send them over there. Tell them the Huntsman sent ya. Nah.